Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Christine. I am currently 30 weeks pregnant with our baby girl, and we are going to be lime washing the nursery in today's video. I'm super excited to take you along. I hope we can share some of our tips and tricks. We've never done this before, so I want to share it with you guys as well, and let's get started. I'm gonna use Portola paints. This is the color Patagonia, which is actually normally a Roman clay color, but they will do any color and any finish. So this is gonna be like a very creamy, neutral color, and I'm hoping that with Limewash, the dimension and the texture will show up. So we will see. I did get Portola's brush that they recommend. And then we also have their lime undercoat, which is really important. So my husband already primed the walls twice with the undercoat to give it something to kind of absorb into, since this is just plain drywall. So we are using the Portola, I think this is the 5-inch brush. These are very expensive. So I only got one of these, and then we ordered just this like $11 one off Amazon, so we will see the difference of quality of the two. But we're gonna get started and go wall by wall. So we've never lime washed before, but we've watched a couple videos and read up on it, so hopefully it goes okay. So this is the first wall we did, and it's dried down a bunch. It's looking so good. I will say it definitely dries down less gold than what it goes on. It's a very pretty like nude neutral with slight gray, I would say. Yay. Here we come, third wall, fourth wall, last wall. Here we come.
Last wall, and that's the wall we've done after walls 1, 2.
Hello. Okay, so this has been drying pretty much all day. We did the first coat this morning. I think we finished at like 10:30. It is now like 6:30. So I wanted to show you guys what it looks like first coat. We're gonna do the second coat tonight, so I'll take you along for that as well. But I just wanted to quickly show the first coat because it looks so good. So this is the order. I mean, it's all dry now, so it looks all the same, but we did that wall first. And again, I will insert clips, like photos, because it's really hard. The camera's picking it up not the same color. It's looking super gray, but I hope you can see the texture. I love the color so much. I was actually very concerned. It took me forever to choose a color, and then I was thinking it was going to be too light to show any texture, because if you do lime wash with like very light colors, you don't see as much of the texture. So if you're doing like a white room, I don't think I'd recommend lime washing, but I think this has enough of a color to where you see it, and it is like exactly what I was envisioning in my mind. So I'm so excited. I'm really excited to see the second coat dry as well, but I think we have our technique down. And the only thing I will say as of right now is, I told you guys earlier, my husband used the brush that we bought from Portola, and it's pretty expensive for a paintbrush. But then realizing the day before that he was gonna help me, we ordered one just randomly. I went on Amazon and found one. That was $11.99. But I will say, I did notice that it dropped bristles. More so in the beginning. I only noticed it on that first wall we did, and you just quickly have to get the bristles off the wall before it dries. So the one I got off Amazon had a lot more movement to the bristles, and his was very rigid. So his X pattern was just that. It was very sharp and crisp. And on the first wall, we did notice that I had a lot of like swooping motions. So I think just if you have a cheaper brush that don't have dense bristles, to just be sure that you're really focusing on the harsh, quick cross hatches. But other than that, you cannot mess it up. I don't personally think. They say you can't mess up the first coat, but I really don't think you can mess it up in general. I just think every wall, every room you do is gonna be super unique, and you're just using that X motion, making sure to keep a wet edge. And there's really not much to it. I thought it was really fun. My husband did too. It's actually in a very enjoyable painting. It's not like rolling on a white paint or brushing a white paint. We did tape the room, which I think helped. I would highly recommend taping instead of trying to cut the ceiling. I think since Limewash is runnier than paint, you really need to tape it off to be able to just kind of be messy with it. So that is my experience so far. So next up, we're gonna do the second coat tonight, and I'll bring you guys along for that. Concerned because I'm looking at the parts that I painted and they've kind of lost the texture to it. So let me show you. That part Alex did, and down here it's so I don't know. I'm hoping he did the top up there and I did the bottom. So I don't know if it's my brush. I don't know if it's the smaller strokes that I was doing, but I'm a little bit nervous that I lost my texture. So I will report back in the morning when all of this dries. Hi guys, what's up? I am finally, well, I should say my husband was a huge help. We are done with the lime washing, and I wanted to kind of just talk through it with you guys, tell you what I thought, and show you how it looks. So I'm in the room right now, just in natural daylight. I turned the overhead light off so you can see it behind me. But there are 3 things I wanted to talk about. So first off, the lighter the color that you choose, the less movement that you're going to see. So I think I mentioned that I was a little worried about the color not showing as much movement as we wanted. And as the days go on, I feel like I see more and more movement in it. So I think it's actually perfect. I am in love with the color. I wanted something just very neutral and light for the first time that we did this. And this color is just like, I want to come in the room 8 times a day and just look at it. So I'm super, super happy with the color, but I will say if you want that super lime washed look, choose a darker color. And do not panic when you first put it on the wall. It goes on like doubly darker than what it dries down to. The second thing is I would purchase the brush of where you're getting the paint from, or just a nice brush. So as I mentioned, we got the brush from Portola. It was pretty pricey, it was like $40. And then I realized that I would need a second brush to have my husband help. So I purchased last minute an $11 one off Amazon. That's the one I used the whole time. And we are not sure if the brush or how big my husband versus my smaller crosshatches were, but I think it was both. So I would recommend getting the nicer, more expensive brush. You can use it for a lot of things after the fact, so I would definitely invest in that. And then going along with that is, like I said, my husband was doing like, I would say foot-long crosshatches, and I was doing like 6-inch ones. I do think the larger your crosshatch, the more movement you're going to get. So you can see like we have more movement on the top half of the walls, which is what my husband was doing, versus the bottom, and that's what I was doing. So that is a key takeaway as well. Those are the things that I took away from the project. We really enjoyed doing it. It does not take as long as you think it's going to take. The longest part of this whole process is priming the walls, because you have to prime them twice. So that is what just waiting for that to dry took a while. So it took us about 4 days, and that's just because we did one coat. We did a primer night, and then we did lime wash in the morning, lime wash in the evening. So what is that? I guess that's just 3 days, but I would kind of allot that amount of time to it. But I will insert photos as well as try to show you on the camera. I feel like the camera doesn't pick it up as well as like a photo would, but I just want to give you guys kind of a final look at this. So we were total newbies. Anyone can do this. If you have never painted before, you can do this. You really cannot mess it up. So go for it. It was so much fun. Thank you guys for watching, and I have a lot more home and baby and lifestyle content coming, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as follow me on Instagram. I'll put it up here. That is where I just share like everyday stuff, and I would love to have you guys over there. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.